Okay. Hello, everyone. Few but good. Nice to be the first one. No pressure. Okay. It's Lorenzo here from Italy. I'm the CEO and founder of BlockInvest. To describe BlockInvest in a very simple way, I would say that BlockInvest is a bridge between the traditional finance, old, boring but rich world, and the blockchain space. So we started this venture with the mission to bring that new technology, the concept of decentralization, to banks and institutional funds. How we do that? We build up a proprietary platform, blockchain agnostics. So we created this management platform that could be based on all domain blockchain that makes possible for financial guys to use directly the blockchain. So it's not us. So it's not a centralized platform that tokenize for other. The real goal is to help the financial guy use directly the blockchain in an easy and transparent way. The goal is to put transparency into the market and to make a liquid asset more liquid and transparent. The liquid assets are the one on which we're focused on mainly. As a tech founder, I'm quite lucky because when I started, I used to come from the crypto space, living in Zug in Crypto Valley where everything starts. So I know crypto world very well. But when we moved to the security tokens sphere 3 years ago, actually, I found the first business angel and co-founder that come from the traditional finance or from the real estate sector. So we sit down 3 years ago saying, okay, before writing a single line of code, what do you guys want? Okay, what's your dream platform? What is a solution that could help you to solve your everyday problem? Because we are seeing transaction of billion running of a piece of paper or through email where no one knows what is the latest version of the business plan, or, there are very few investors involved. So everything is very, very old, especially in Europe, in South Europe, where we are based, okay? So not only an illiquid market, but totally lack of transparency, okay, totally, and very few investors involved. We live in an interesting but difficult world right now. So we need to understand that the only way to overcome this situation is to increase the investor base and to allow more people to be part of this kind of interesting investment. Now it's not. Now it's only a matter of financial guy. So basically the solution is a simple but secure platform based on a public blockchain that helps bank managers, fund managers to use the blockchain to make properly blockchain transaction with their wallet, because here you have the value. Now if the startup makes the transaction, it's worthless. So they use the platform basically to tokenize real world asset, but not only tokenize, especially to manage, to represent what is the underlying asset. Now is not a Bitcoin. We are talking about real estate, bad credit portfolio. So the data that you have before the token is basically much more important than the token itself. So I will not say that it's the tokenization platform. It's a management platform that puts on chain all the data which has a value and can give value to the token and to the investor mainly. Why now? As I told you, the core team started in the blockchain space since 2016, so we are quite old in that space. But in the security token, we are seeing a lot of movement, some interesting players even there. But the interesting thing is that all the big players are working on it, all of them. And in Europe, quite lucky for the first time probably, because there is a huge regulation opening from the MiCAR, which is for marketing crypto asset regulation, and pilot regime that will start in March. which is like the day after tomorrow, and will be possible to, tokenize really real-world asset. And we are talking about bridging the traditional finance to the blockchain. The market, we know that market will be huge, okay? We took this data from the last World Economic Forum and from a very interesting report made by Boston Consulting Group. 10% of the global GDP will be on-chain in 2027 or 2030, but a lot of money. But we start very small in a very niche market where the blockchain could have a better impact, and which is the real estate, but mainly the non-performing loan sector, so all the bad credit. And we are living in a world where, after COVID and the energy crisis that is affecting mainly Europe, the volume of the exposition into the banks is huge, it's crazy, and they are obliged to sell it. So there is a very huge opportunity. So that's why we started from here. We are scaling right now after 3 years on other asset classes that we will see in a while. So the main use case our solution is focused on, depending on the client, okay, are the non-performing exposure, both on real estate collateral and unsecured portfolio, quite risky but interesting from like an ROI perspective, and real estate. We recently closed a very interesting operation with the Crédit Agricole Bank on corporate bond tokenization. So a new solution to finance the SMEs in Europe. And this is a 100 million tokenization process that, is in progress and will be hopefully closed by the end of this year. In proof of concept, we have other use cases like equity for startups, warehouses, so the tokenization of the physical good, basically, invoice trading, and carbon credit. Mainly the carbon credit are linked to the bond tokenization. The ESG word, like now, it's really important for our economy. The main KPI of the platform, as I was saying, are, first of all, is a collaborative platform. We don't have a space into the platform. There are several rules and users from like a client side that need to use the platform, need to sign blockchain transaction to the platform. So we have a kind of separation of power, like we have in our democracy, that is put also on the blockchain. We are working a lot on, as I was saying before, not just provide a tokenized solution. The token is the end of the process, but on how to represent an underlying asset. So if you represent the real estate on a credit portfolio, it's a totally different things. So we're focusing on that, on the data, and on how you register the data also after that tokenization happened, because you need to provide all the work in progress data also for the secondary market. Otherwise, there is no liquidity. So, this game is worthless. And also, we are investing a lot on a new custody solution for security token, because now we know that we work with financial institution, and the custody is the problem right now, the main problem. So we are investing a lot to solve their problem, and we found a very interesting solution that, to one that is interested, I can show on the booth later. Our business model is very simple. We are a SaaS, software as a service solution. So we charge a setup fee that depends if it's a banking client, because we have a huge integration to do, or non-banking client, like institutional fund. And we have the classical annual and maintenance fee and a tokenization fee. To make easier for them the use of the blockchain, we load the client wallet. So they just need to make transaction on the blockchain without the need to buying Ether or Matic or whatever chain we are using, okay? The growth we are seeing is really interesting. We are quite proud to say that we are the first investment that the biggest French bank, Crédit Agricole, made in an Italian startup. And we are making 190% increase, probably is even more revenues with respect to last year. But mainly the project that, I mean, we are starting foresee for now 1.5 billion tokenized real-world asset in value. Okay, 80% of this value is non-performing exposure, and the other 20% is corporate bonds. As I told you, we are the first investment made by Crédit Agricole. So Q4 2021, they made like this investment. Now with like the market traction that we have, next year we will launch a fundraiser of 5 million that basically will be dedicated to increase the sales and marketing team, okay, but mainly to create the new version of the platform that will be totally based on stablecoin. Okay, so now the institutional players from March will start using it thanks to the pilot regime and the MiCAR regulation. So we will work to automatize all the process of the calculation agent, the paying agent. Really sorry for these guys, but they need to update their resume. We can automatize a lot of process, putting transparency, and create something really new and disruptive for the market. We are seeing that tokenize a bond in this way and automatize all the repayment of the coupons, we can save 90% of time and 80% of cost, okay, on a 100 million issuance. So it's a lot of money. This is quite, no competitive grid. There are a lot of interesting players all over the world that are doing similar things. As you saw, we are focused on a very particular asset classes. But the thing is, we did it basically without funding. So that's why it's right time to open the capital and launch an interesting fundraise. This would be never possible without a dream team. Different background, different nationality. Quite lucky because I have a very strong technical team. We know that finance is important, but without the dev team, the coder, you cannot do everything in this world. So quite lucky for that. This is a screen from the platform. So if you want to see how it works really, we can have a real demonstration here. I can leave the stage to the next one. I don't know if I'm on time or not. If you have any question, I'll be there.
Thank you very much, Lorenzo, for that presentation.